Have you come across a song that hits you in such a way that it literally takes you back to a time in your life where you struggled? That's what happened to me tonight while at work. I was listening to a random Spotify playlist when Kijo by mrbeast came on. It's a heavier song for those who don't know it, but what really got me was the song's story. Back in 2017, my now ex-wife and I had 2 boys together, ages 6 and 8 then. I found out she had been cheating by a girl friend of hers providing proof. She was sympathetic as she also knew me over the years. The friend wasn't sure for how long. At that time I had 3 overseas deployments over a 10-year period, so there's no telling. Also, my neighbor finally admitted he and his wife suspected her, but they didn't want to get involved. I didn't blame them for that. I remember feeling absolutely torn from reality. I had worked so hard providing for this family, joining the military to get out of my small town and make something of myself, and tried like hell to keep everyone happy. The base I worked at was 75 miles out of town, but I was home every night. I made good money, especially for my small town and my age. I thought everything was fine. We even went out on dates and hung out with our friends. It just didn't make sense to me. She acted happy. After what I thought was only one affair was out in the open, we had our come to Jesus discussion. I knew I should have ended it out of principle, but I wanted to save it. I grew up in a broken home. My mother never remarried after her, and my father divorced when I was 5. I have no memory of playing basketball, catch, cookouts, nothing with my father, but that's another story. So I really wanted to give that to my boys. A month goes by and I find out there's more. She lied to my face and was so convincing that there was nothing else going on, and it was a one-time thing. Turns out it was more than one guy. She had lost her damn mind. I was on the verge of losing mine. So the lyrics talking about finding a way out of the dark, standing at the precipice, staring at the void. I remember feeling like I wanted to die. I thought she had changed, but she was still the same. She was so good at lying. Then finding out who she really was, no depths that she wouldn't sink to. I finally had to let her go before she drowned me. She was killing my soul. I felt the last 12 years of my life was a lie. Then hearing the lyrics about sorting through the wreckage, trying to save the lives that you destroyed. The only 2 things that brought me back from the edge were my boys and who I had to be for them, and my best friend Phil, who pulled me out of the dark. Couldn't have done it without him. He had also been through some wild shit with an ex of his, so he could relate and gave me perspective. In conclusion, I managed to get full custody of them as she went crazy, signed over her rights and disappeared for 2 weeks shortly after everything came to a head. I wonder if she was using drugs or something. It was so unlike her, at least that's what I thought. Now years later, I'm happily remarried to an awesome girl with no regrets. This rush of emotions literally stopped me in my tracks tonight and were so powerful. I guess they had been suppressed for the past 6 years, and all it took was a well-placed song. Can anyone relate? Also, I do want to say that no matter what you're going through, there is a way out that doesn't involve ending your life. I remember that I had to make a choice, either be angry or be sad. I chose to get angry and threw myself into the gym and having fun with my 2 boys. I didn't drink a drop of alcohol for 2 years and just lifted weights, ran a lot, and surrounded myself with good, positive people. Now, I have no hatred towards my ex. She seems to be in a better place in her life. We live our separate lives with no issues. Not an easy thing, but sometimes it's worth it. I don't know your situation, but I can tell you that if you dig in and strive to better yourself in some way, it will make a big difference in your sanity. Go to the gym, start lifting, get yourself in better shape physically. When you do that, you'll start to mentally repair through this process. Surround yourself with good and positive people. Get the negative people out of your everyday life. Focus on your education, job/career, find your purpose, and don't look for someone to fill the void. Just live your life one day at a time. It gets easier, I promise. Looking back, I realize I picked a girl with too many red flags that I didn't see at the time. I was young and dumb. Learn from your mistakes. You'll be just fine. Good luck and Godspeed, my friend. Excellent. Consistency is key. You also can't outrun a bad diet, trust me, I've tried it. It just doesn't work unless you have superhero genes, not this guy, lol. I wish you the best. I wasn't looking for a date when I met my wife now. I was actually at the gym minding my own business when I met her, haha. All happened organically, and we have been together ever since. That was April 2018, about 8 months after my divorce was final. It's hard to find the right one, but they're out there. Just be your best self and someone will come along one day. Do me a favor though, and make sure whoever you end up with, don't make him pay for your ex's transgressions. It will never work.